Be the change. Be the change. One thing that I have learned in my life is that happiness, which I think every single human being on planet Earth probably wants to be happy. And what I have found is that happiness is an inside job. Happiness is always going to be an inside job. Like, you choose to be happy or not to be. It's your responsibility. And you choose to be happy or not to be. It's a lifelong responsibility. This is why doing the internal work, getting to know yourself on the inside, is going to bring in everything that you want, that you're trying to get from the outside. And so it is easier too, though it is more challenging because you have to face your own emotions. You have to face your own limitations or imbalances. You have to face those, and that is something that we humans seem to want to avoid at all costs. So like, yeah, we deny things and we don't want to go inside. We don't want to hear it. We don't want to feel it, because once upon a time we decided that this is way too painful and I cannot handle it. So I'm going to put it in the denial box and I won't take it back out again. And that's a good thing to do when you need it, because you be protected and now you can live your life without being influenced by the wound so much. But then eventually there comes a time where the wound is then in your way, and you won't progress in your life unless you deal with it. Mentor. So everybody has a little bit of the mentor in them, I think. Like the light attribute, we're passing on wisdom and refining a student's character. So passing on wisdom to each other, like from our experiences, from what we've been through, and from what we love and what we don't love and all that stuff. And so we're all mentoring a little bit each other. Everyone that you meet in your daily life, you're going to be interacting with, and however you interact with them is going to be, sometimes you be a mentor just by having a conversation and you taught somebody something that they didn't know from before. The shadow attributes, inability to allow the student to move on to the role of master, imparting false instruction. And this is from insecurity. So the shadow attribute of the mentor is that the mentor has the ego, too much ego, because the ego doesn't want anybody to be better than them. The ego doesn't want anybody to be overdo them in a way, and so they can then possibly knowingly make it difficult for the student to rise in their own powers. Everybody has the power within them. You don't have to be anything special. You don't have to be anyone special. You don't have to have like royalty or blue blood or whatever they call it. Like, they're just humans too, with a title. And so everybody has the potential to find their inner strength, to be able to all of our situations in life can be seen in different ways too. There's not just one right way to see it. Like, okay, this is the one way that we can see a situation in our life, and that's not how it works. And surrendering, surrendering is basically just allowing things to be the way that they are, and you are just fully accepted. But you cannot fully surrender if you are in denial, because if you are in denial, then you're not going to be able to know what it is that you need to surrender. So first you have to get to know yourself on the inside and be inspired. Like, so someone showing up as a mentor, and maybe this is your passion. Maybe mentoring people is your passion. And the Ace of Wands is a brand new beginning, brand new start. And every day, like, be the change. Every day you can show up in a different way. Like, every day is a new opportunity to go within and to find all those treasures that you hold inside. Because everything that you ever wanted is right there on the inside. You just have to figure out how to let go of the patterns, the old thought patterns, the old belief systems, the old stuff like that that's been keeping you on the same track for maybe your whole life. So Emperor in a reverse. So Emperor typically has their stuff together, like they figured it out, but someone showing up when with maybe feeling unable to make their own choices. Sometimes with the people around you, if they have very strong willpowers, or they have very strong voices, or they have very strong personalities, and here they come and they're gonna mush over you, or like then you might alter your own decision. Also with a little bit of insecurities can also make you feel like maybe they are more right than I am. I think probably they are more right than I am, because I don't really know. So probably they know better. So let's rather do that. And I know for me, I've done that my whole life almost, allowing other people to come in and just assuming that because of my low feelings of worthiness, I would allow everybody to come in and alter my decisions and my directions. And so showing up like that is, and it makes for a very drifting kind of lifestyle. Like now you don't really have that passion driving you. You don't really have a purpose or somewhere that you want to go or be. Like if you always allow people to sway your decisions or make it a little bit different, then a good thing would be to allow yourself to make empowered choices. And whichever choices that you make is your choice. You can choose what you want to choose. And there's nobody else that can say that you can't do that. Because you can. Like you have to take consequences. So if you want to do something really bad, then you're going to get consequences of it. If you want to do something really good, you're going to get consequences of it. But you can do it. It's your decision. And making empowered choices, like what kind of karma or what kind of life do you want to live in? Like the good, vibrational, uplifting, or like in the negative. And so there's the choice, because with every choice that we make, there's repercussions. So there's stuff coming back from it. And then I think here, so I think if you did show your work to people, and if you did show up in your work for people, they would support it. And so perhaps this is someone taking the next step, because the 8 of Swords is in blockage. And these are self-inflicted binds. So when you go within, and if you notice that often you feel insecure, or you don't feel like you're good enough, and you always feel like everybody else is better, or then you have it's an inside job. Like you have to find the answers, the way that you can weed it out, like clear it out, like your inner garden in a way. It's full of weeds, and so it's stuffing up everything, and then you won't be able to grow and blossom in there if you have all that negativity, the fear. Everything stems from fear. So fear, or like peace or acceptance. Though in your subconscious mind, so you know that there is a different way that you can see this situation. So whatever situation you are faced with at the moment, perhaps you're wanting to step up and be a mentor. Perhaps you're mentoring other people and now you find a great passion with it, or now you decided to follow your passion, which can be very different from maybe a corporate job, or maybe whatever it is that you do that is bound to a lot of rules and regulations and stuff like that. And perhaps that is also not allowing you to make empowered choices in your life, because you're bound to the circumstances that you're in. So perhaps you're discovering a new kind of passion within yourself, a new way that you can participate and just be a part of the world around you. And whatever uniqueness you have, because everybody has different uniqueness. Your passion is going to be different than mine. What you love is going to be different than me. Like how you explain something that you experience on the inside when you grow is going to be different than the way I explain it. And other people are going to maybe hear your explanation better, or they might hear my explanation better. It doesn't matter, because as long as the message gets out there, that's the whole point. And to have different people doing it different ways is a great thing, because now you can speak to many people in different ways. And clearing the mind, clearing the inner space, like your emotional state, like how you feel. Most people walk around and they have like all these weeds in the garden, and you walk around there and you feel like, oh my gosh, now I gotta have to act or appropriate, I gotta do the right thing, gotta say the right thing, and show up, and there's all these weeds, and then it's difficult. So once you start to go within and clear it out, it will change everything. And you know that you can see any situation, you can see them in a different light, and you can see them in a different way. And this is about like changing your story, like your old story, how you talk about yourself, how do you explain yourself. You can talk about it in a different way, in a different, see the situation in a different way. Also, being imbalanced within ourselves also is going to be creating imbalances outside of ourselves. So if you have a lot of weeds in your inner garden and you don't ever let it out, whatever hurts and disappointments and whatever betrayal or whatever stuff has been going on your inside, and you never let it out, it's going to stay there. Like it's like driving a car and you never take it to oil change, you never fill, you never take care of it, you don't take care of any of the workings in there, and then you just expect the car to go by itself and do its own thing, and it's not going to end very well. Like you're going to, it's not going to end very well. So that's the same thing with our bodies. Like we have to, and our like ourselves as humans, like we have to take care of our inner self. That's where you're going to find all the richness. That's where you're going to find the gold. That's where you're going to be the alchemist. That's where everything can change for you. Like whatever you want to do with your life, it always starts with taking charge and taking responsibility for your inside. And maybe someone feels a little alone and a little out of sorts or set apart in a way. Also understanding that maybe it's not lack. Like sometimes when you do the inner work, okay, so you do the inner work, you see things in a different light. Like then maybe like me, like doing my own lawn, like because then I don't have to pay for it, and I maybe don't have to work as much. If I don't have all the bills, then maybe I don't have to work as much, so I can do other things that I'm passionate about. Or like you can change things in a different way, and sometimes it can make you feel like maybe you're like set apart, or not, like it's not giving you the things that you think it would, so you might feel like it's but once you start doing the inner work, you're going to feel like it gives you peace. You're taking responsibility, you're stepping up, and things come into play and work out really well when you are aligning with your own self and your true voice. And sometimes simplifying the things that we have in life is a great gift to yourself, because then you don't have to do all the extras to get all the extras, because you don't need all the extras to be happy, if happiness is what you are looking for. And so moving into the future, surrendering to whatever is going on in your life, wherever you are. Like if you are doing work that you don't really appreciate it, you don't really like it, then surrender to it and just allow it to be. And then you're moving forward with your life. There's going to be changes. Once you start doing the inner work, that's when your outer world is going to change. Your outer world won't change your inner world. So it doesn't matter how many things you get or how much stuff you get to make you happy. You make you happy for 3 seconds and then on to the next. And so it doesn't matter how many things from the outside come in. It won't alter how you feel inside. But it will, when you do the inner work, everything will alter on the outside too. So the inner work is where you want to go if you want to find happiness within yourself and with everything that you do in your life. And also maybe showing up as someone who is not worthy of, maybe like someone who is insecure, not worthy. My voice is not as important as your voice. My life is not as whatever your life, and my thing is not a whatever your life. And so it's comparing and seeing oneself in a diminished light, which is not true. Like it is not true. So if that's part of who you are, and you feel like the love that is coming into your life, and to even like the eternal love, is you're not worthy of it, that's not true. That's a lie. And so showing up and as someone who is worthy, because you are worthy, like you just being here as a human being, you are worthy of all kinds of love and all kinds of joy and happiness in your life. And the way to do it is to take responsibility for your inner self, your inner world. What does it feel like to be you? Most people don't feel that good in their inner world, and it won't change anything on the outside. So once you start changing the inner world, now the outside will come also. But people see you as a creative and wonderful person, beautiful, showing up with a lot of beauty, passion, fun to be around, having your stuff together, knowing what to do and doing it well. And taking great care of what you value, it also includes yourself. Like taking good care. So in your blocks or like blessings is taking good care of what you value. So maybe it's a message to take good care of what you value. You have to value yourself. You are valuable. Like you have to value yourself and put that worthiness back inside of you, because you are worthy. That's just how it is. And then taking care of what you value, you want to take care of yourself. You want to make sure that you take good care of yourself. And when you take good care of yourself, you want to take good care of your body, you want to take good care of your mind, and you want to take and nourish your soul. I speak my truth in fairness to myself, and this is reversed. So this is someone talking negative self-talk. Negative self-talk, maybe you talk yourself out of it. I can't go there. I can't go to the gym. I don't like it there. I don't feel comfortable there. I'm going to be judged there. And when I go to the gym and then everybody looks so great, which is not true, of course, but it's like the fear talking you out of things. I mean, the gym is just a place where they have all the weights and all the stuff that you need to put together a great workout. So if you want to do a great workout, you just sign up for a gym and then you can put it together yourself, use their equipment, and there you go. Now you have all the equipment that you need to do whatever you want to do. Or you can go outside and do like walking, bicycling, whatever you can do outside, like, and just enjoy the process. But taking good care of yourself and talking to yourself in a good way. Like if you talk yourself out of going anywhere because you're feeling judged, or you feel like people there are better than you, or they're different than you, or and all that stuff. And if that's what you say, then that's also what you're saying to yourself. So this is a message. With the Eight of Swords in the blockage, like this might be blocking everything that you want in your life. And it's very important, because in your inner world, you are not being supportive to yourself. You're not lifting yourself up. You're not being your own mentor, like being a mentor to yourself. Lift yourself up. Being a bad mentor to yourself, which is not good. Got to be a good mentor to yourself and lift yourself up, raise yourself up. Know that it's possible to change. Even if your inner world feels like crap, like you can change all of that. You have the power to change all of that. That is why it's so magnificent, it's so beautiful and powerful to be a human on planet Earth. That's the awakening. Like you can take responsibility for your inner world, and it will alter everything else in your life to your liking. Like then everything's going to fall into alignment with who you truly are. And that's where the gifts are. Solitude. Take some time out. I love solitude. I do love solitude. I've been in solitude for many, many years, decades probably. So solitude is a great way to get to know yourself. Solitude is a great way to be still with yourself. And I mean, if you cannot be in your own company for a whole day by yourself, then how are you going to be a good company for someone else? If you cannot really stand your own company when you're on your own, how are you going to be able to relax and be a good, like interact good, nicely with other people? And so being there for yourself, standing up for yourself, taking some time out, finding that solitude, finding that little peace within, and listening to the inner world. Bring out all the happiness, all the joy, everything good. So Esther and Abraham Hicks says, now that you have made it this far into these teachings, you have been reminded of many things that you have always known. You've been reminded of many things that you have always known, because you already know it and you always knew it. Just have to not denying it and allowing it to come out. You now remember that you are an extension of source energy, and that you have come into your physical body, into this leading edge time, space, reality, for the purpose of joyously taking thought beyond that which it has seen before. Altering your state of mind, altering it, bringing in all the joy, everything that you ever wanted. And the beautiful light in me, it honors, respects, and loves. Same beautiful light in you. And until next time, Thank you for being here, and namaste.